and welcome to a brand new life, to a brand new day. Reporting to you live and direct, all the way from the wastelands of California. First time listeners out there. My name, in fact, is Michael, and I am a mere figment of your imagination. I am very pleased to see all of you out there for tonight's festivities. We do hope you come back. Tonight will be a bit of a rattlesnake, by the way, folks. Put the women and children to bed. You've been warned. It's that time of the year, right as we kick off 2021. It's a timely tradition here. Very timely tradition. It's a bit on this show that is quite popular. And let me be the first to tell you, this bit, it's probably older than most of you out there at home. Oh yes, it's Celebrity Death Pool 2021. And of course this year, we have a first timer. Please be gentle. Joining me this evening for tonight's fun is none other than my co-host, Mr. Mike Hideous. He has drawn assignment yet again. He will help us close out the show here in a moment. Remember, we're here for a good time, not a long time tonight. And of course, please don't be shy. We would love to hear from all of you tonight. That number is 424-666-2425. The number will appear on your screen in a moment, so don't worry. Now let's bring in Mike Hideous. I believe he is patiently waiting as usual, and he knows the drill. Mike, how are you?
Good evening, Mr. Decon. How are you?
I'm good. How's it been, man? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's all right. I've been hanging low.
Hanging low and to the left.
Yeah, supposedly.
Well, at least on my case.
On your case.
In my case, yes. It's
okay. You're hanging low to the left.
Hanging a little low and to the left a bit there.
Good.
It curves a little, you know what I mean?
No, I don't want to know. That's a bit too much
Oh, I'm
information.
sorry. I'm sorry, yes. So welcome back to the show, Mike. It's been a while since we last talked, and the right moment has presented itself, and here we are. Timing is everything. Oh, yes. I hope you enjoyed the holidays, Mike, or at least tried to.
Tried with the word there.
Were you alone? Did you invite a fellow rock painter to your home during the holiday here?
No, no one was here.
You were alone with the birds, that's all.
That's it. Birds and the cats. That's it.
The birds and the cats. Well, that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. Did you at least have a good dinner, Mike?
I think I ate soup on Christmas.
You ate soup on Christmas, Mike. Oh my God.
Yep.
Mike, I gonna have to send you some food now.
No, you don't have to send me food.
Soup is not dinner, Mike. Come on.
It's not Christmas. I made the soup. It was homemade soup.
Was it a deer?
No.
I know you live out there. Have you ever actually ate deer, by the way? Some people love it.
I have. Venison, I can't stand it.
I'm not into that, by the way. I don't think I could eat deer.
I mean, I would say if it was good, I would say it, but I just don't like the way it tastes. It's too gamey.
Would it be fucked up if I said I wouldn't mind hunting, but I wouldn't eat the kill?
Well, that's just wrong.
It'd be wrong.
Well, don't you think? I mean, just to kill something for a trophy?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not exactly a big fan of hunting.
I'm not willing to do it, though, in other words.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I'm not really.
I'm just not a fan of people who shoot animals for a trophy, and don't eat them. If you're gonna eat them,
yes.
I'm okay with that.
I see. I'm just saying, if it comes down to it, I'd do it if I have to.
If you had to.
If I'm starving, sure, yeah.
I would too. I mean, it's survival of the fittest, but
Word.
I'm very much against trophy hunting.
Very nice. Well, I hope you enjoyed the holidays, or at least try to. All of you out there at home, I'm so glad we are out of the year 2020, but yesterday's problems are still here today.
Yep.
And I know for many out there listening to this, it's a rather depressing time of the year. What we
Hmm.
went through, and of course, during the beginning stages of the year, it's still kind of depressing for lots of folks out there. And it's been a depressing year, period, for a lot of people out there. And I know we are going to do a rather tasteless bit coming up in a moment here. But I'll be honest with you, Mike, and to you listening at home, Mike, I I have to be honest with you here. You're going to have to forget that I ever said this. Are you ready?
I hope so.
All right, here we go. Whatever it is that you are going through right now, I'm listening. I'm talking to the callers, the listeners at home. Don't give up on yourself, even with your back up against the wall. Don't count yourself out. I believe in all of you out there. I'm not just saying that. I truly mean that. Okay, now that I've got that out of the way, Mike, and out of my system, we can move forward here. I'll be editing that part out, by the way.
Okay.
Don't worry. Yes, so Mike, lots of things to go over here tonight. You know, this past year was chaotic, and I was working on getting us a sponsor for the both of us here, Mike, and things didn't work out the way I
Oh,
thought they would.
I'm sorry to hear that.
The show was dropped by a sponsor, and I can't reveal who they are, but they're they're irrelevant. But at the time, they really weren't. It sucks that that happened, and I hope they catch what's going around.
Hmm.
I'm gonna edit that part out too now. Anyways, they told me that they can't sponsor us because this is, and I quote, a political show.
Oh,
What do you think
that's
about
that's.
that?
I disagree. I don't think we're all about politics. I think there have been times, even before I came on, you've had variation. It's a variety show, in my opinion,
Exactly.
from conspiracy theories to witchcraft to uh, religious
All
discussions,
kinds of stuff,
politics.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, you've got everything on here. I'm surprised they would say that.
So am I. I thought they vetted the program before they gave me any kind of money.
Hmm.
Yes.
Well,
Which I,
s-
yes,
say
which
la
I
vie.
will, yes, which I'll be sending you some of since it is well deserved.
Send it in large bills,
You got it,
hundreds.
Mike. I'll send it your way. But anyways, I don't know when this show became a political show. This has always been a variety show, just like you mentioned, Mike.
Yeah.
From the start, filled with bits of comedy. Those who get it love it. Those who don't can suck it. I'll have to edit that part out now too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this though, I'm glad we sort of experienced 2020 together, Mike, and the
Hmm.
listeners. It's been a hell of a ride, and I look forward to whatever 2021 brings. I'm ready to catch a case here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anyways, Mike, have you enjoyed the year hanging out with me here and doing the show? Be honest.
Well,
Tell us the truth.
before I answer that question, I do want to say I'm sorry that your efforts didn't work out for the sponsor. But there's always tomorrow, Michael, and I'm sure you'll get it one way or another.
Oh, I'm not worried. I'm not
Good,
worried about the sponsors. That's a afterthought, in my opinion.
good,
We
good.
don't need
Well,
them here, Mike. We don't need them.
no, I mean you've done so well for yourself over the years. I think that uh, it's just a matter of time. So just keep the faith, so to speak, and I'm sure it'll work out. That being said,
Right.
what was the question? Did I have a good time
Yeah,
with you or something?
yes, have you been enjoying doing the show? And also, I must ask, is there any show that you've enjoyed?
I first and foremost, as you well know, I love coming on your show and I love doing the show with you since we started, which was just about, it'll be a year in late February, I think. Um, One of the favorite shows I always enjoyed was, crap, the retired uh, Secret Service guy, Masters, is that him?
Oh, are you talking about Jeffrey Prather, you mean?
Prather, Prather, yes, that's the guy who lives out west and was telling us stuff that was blowing our minds. I
Right,
mean,
right.
can't remember. I couldn't. Why am I saying Masters? Who's the other guy?
I think
Masters.
you're thinking of Marshall.
Marshall
Marshall
Masters, right?
Masters, yeah.
But Prather is the one who
You really
really.
liked.
Oh my gosh, he blows my mind every time we've spoken to him.
Yeah, that would be Jeffrey
So
Prather.
yeah, yeah,
I
he's
like him, yeah.
fascinating.
I'll have to bring him back in when you're here with us, Mike. When you're
Sure, of
available.
course.
Speaking of which, what's going on with the band before we get into other pressing news like this man here I have a clip of who sort of went crazy at a Costco employee, by the way, because he wasn't
Yeah.
wearing a mask. So we got that clip to play here before we get really dirty. Yes,
Yep. I'm not surprised. People are starting to lose it over these friggin' masks.
that's right. Yes, and Eric in the chat says, I enjoyed the show I called in on. Well, yes, that's always nice to hear yourself, I guess, on replay. And Mike, I gotta say, this is completely off topic here, but before I was doing the show, I totally forgot that people can actually text that number, the 424-666 number. So when I signed on, because I don't have that hooked up to my cell phone, but it's hooked up to my laptop here, and when I signed on, I received a shitload of texts, Mike,
And those are people texting to the show.
to the show.
Oh, I had no idea. Okay,
I didn't even
that's
know you
pretty
could.
cool.
I didn't even know you could do that.
And what is it coming through on the computer?
Yeah, it's a software
Oh yeah.
here.
Well, I know you can. I know
Mhm.
you can text to email and vice versa, if I'm correct. But
Yes.
I guess it's just a good thing knowing that you can get people to text in as well.
Well, here's the problem, Mike. A lot of these folks that contact me, a lot of them are kind of what can I say? For lack of a better word, some of them are kind of they're freaks, some of them.
Well, that happens.
But I
So
love
I
them
mean,
though. But I love them. I love my freaks out there.
well, sometimes you're going to get people that might be a little bit over the top, and they that's just how it is. So not everybody's going to be on the same plane,
Well,
so to
that's true.
speak.
I mean, this last guy right here, Mike, was saying he wanted to eat my voice, he said. I don't know what the hell
That's
that means, but
that's just weird.
well, I got a lot of messages like this here.
Well, good luck with that one.
I really want to eat your voice.
Hmm.
Pontypool and beyond. That's what the last message said here.
Right then.
Pontypool is a movie, by the way.
I'm sorry. Say again.
Pontypool. It's a Canadian movie.
Never heard of it.
It's a good horror film, very different. For those that want something a little different tonight, maybe you want to watch a movie. I recommend a movie called Pontypool. You might like it.
From Canada.
Canada, that's right, from the Great White North.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you ever been to Canada?
I have never been to Canada, but I know a lot of folks out there, and they are all very, very nice.
Great place.
They are some of the nicest people. Every Canadian I have ever met in my entire life, just couldn't be any nicer.
Yep. Yep. I have a friend up there by the name of Nancy, who is just one of the nicest people I know. We chat every once in a while, and I met her when we went up to do gigs with Empire Hideous, and people were just really nice. It was really a good time. So yeah, and it's
Nice.
beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful up there. It's clean. Crime is low. Nice place. Nice place. Montreal is beautiful. Quebec, great places. I highly recommend going up there when you get a chance.
By the way, JD Kilborn in the chat says he's wishing you a happy new year, and he's pretty much requesting a song.
Wishing who, us or me, or
Just
who?
you, I'm sure.
Just me?
I think he's a big mark for you, so
Okay.
nothing wrong with that.
No.
But yes, he wants a song, but I don't think you're going to be doing a musical performance for us anytime soon here.
Oh, no, I couldn't play or sing at the same time. It's just, yeah, that can't happen.
It's kind of hard to, I could never do that myself. I wish we could get you to perform that song, though, the one we always play here. Where have you been? I wish we had someone play the piano and play guitar, and you could just do a musical performance for us here live on the show, Mike. Now that I would love.
That would be neat, but
That'd be
unfortunately,
badass.
just undoable right now.
We just can't do it, I know.
Mm.
God damn it, Mike.
But thank you to the listener. What's his name? Mark?
JD Kilborn. No, I was calling him a Mark.
Oh, okay. Thank you, JD. I
Yeah, we like
appreciate
that.
it. And yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Right. And of course, Half Q says Pontypool is a place in Wales. I had no idea.
Neither did
Learn
I.
something new every day here. But yes, Mike, as you know, everyone is still talking about COVID because it still hasn't gone away. Even though many religious folks out there have prayed it to go away, it's still here, Mike, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And this man right here, this is a gentleman who was shopping with his wife and got into it with a Costco employee, telling him to, the employee was telling him to wear a mask. And by the way, the final thing this guy says as he was walking away, I believe he called the employee Corona Cop. That's pretty good, right? Corona Cop, that's a good one. All right, Mike, you ready for this one?
I'm ready for it.
All right, let's play this. Here we go.
Fucking mask on!
You guys started.
Go eat a fucking dick, cunt!
You're not allowed in here. She would never.
Did you hear what he said right there?
I heard the C word.
That's
what
what
was that for?
Let's play that again for you. Here we go, Mike.
Fucking mask on! You guys started.
Go eat a fucking dick, cunt!
You're not allowed in here. She would never.
Eat a dick, bitch!
You're gross. She wouldn't get near one.
You are gross. You are totally gross.
Put your fucking mask on.
Time out. Whatever's going on needs to stop. Take that up with management. Okay?
He's got to put it on.
Corona Cop.
Did you hear me at the end there? Corona Cop.
I like eat a dick.
Eat a dick, he told her. Wow. He went for it.
How rude. Now, the employees, those were girls that were telling him to
It's
put
a
his
girl.
mask on?
It's a girl and a guy.
Oh.
And I'm sure another customer there. They probably got mad at him for walking around without a mask on, but that was pretty hilarious. But wow, he really went for it. I don't think I've ever told an employee to go, do that.
I mean, I've never taken it to that level either.
Yeah, neither have I. I've never crossed that line.
Yeah. I think, well,
That's amusing,
some
though.
people, they get very, they're very passionate in their curse words. And
People
I
are
get
angry right
that.
now, yeah.
I get that, but at the same time, it may not have been necessary. I think I would have probably just left.
You would have walked away at
Yeah.
that point?
I would have just left because obviously there are some people out there that are so they're so passionate about this whole mask thing. I get it. I understand. I do. I'm very reluctant to put them on. I do it with great reluctance, but I do it, and I'm not happy about it, but I'm doing it because it is what it is. I know a few friends recently who have recently gotten infected.
That's right.
And I don't want it, but at the same time, it's a friggin' pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who wants to contract any virus.
Yeah, it's just trying times.
Right, let's play that clip one more time, Mike. That was fun.
Fucking mask on!
You guys started. Go eat a fucking dick, cunt!
You're not allowed in here.
She would never.
Go eat a fucking dick cunt. He's very lovely. Very lovely man. Let's play that again.
And where did this
Fucking mask.
What was that, Mike? Sorry.
where did this happen?
Good question. I'm not quite sure. It did not show a location of sorts here when a listener sent me this clip. I wish I knew.
Fucking mask on!
You guys started. Go eat a fucking dick, cunt!
Wow.
You're not allowed in here.
She would never. Eat a dick.
Eat a dick, bitch.
You
Wow.
are gross. You are totally gross.
Put your fucking mask on.
Time out. Whatever's going on needs to stop. I will take that up with management. Okay?
He's got to put it on.
Corona Cop.
Corona cop. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Or angry, I guess.
Yeah, they're angry, and on one hand, I get it. I can't say that I don't because I get it. Every time I get out of that car, Mike, and I'm about to walk into the post office or
You
the food
forgot your
store,
mask.
I forget the
You
mask. I'm like,
forget.
God damn it!
I
And I
know.
gotta go back, and then on top of that, I'm wearing like a big furry hat to keep warm. I got my sunglasses on. I got gloves on. So I'm trying to, I'm fumbling to put these stupid things on my ears. And then on top of that, tell me if this has happened to you. I don't know what kind of mask you're using, but I use the surgical ones a lot because they're quick to throw away. They hurt my ears, and that's just light ones. The ones with fabric they're even stronger. They pull on the cartilage of your ear. Do you have a problem with that?
To be honest with you, no.
Okay, maybe it's just me. I got sensitive ears.
I was going to say you might have sensitive ears, but I might have very rough ears because of all the years of grappling. I might even, luckily I have worn like headgear when I do that, so I don't get cauliflower ear. Like some of
Right.
my fellow wrestler friends out there that have disgusting ears.
Like Rocky Balboa's manager.
That's right. That's right. But yes, my ears have not had a issue with the mask, but wearing the mask is pretty annoying. I have forgot my mask plenty of times when I'm going to, let's say, enter any building that you're required to out here in California. I'm not quite sure if that's the way it is for everyone, but it's been that way for a long time out here. And it is annoying, and I have forgot it plenty of times. So I do have a tip for you, Mike, and to anyone out there listening. Definitely leave a pack in your glove compartment.
Oh, that's not the problem. I always have them. They stay right on my car seat, right, my passenger seat. So it's always there. I just
You still forget
to
them.
take it when I get out of the car. I'm so quick. I just get out of the car and I forget all about it.
Half Q chimes in again in the chat room saying, I just hate the bacteria in my wife's thong. Masks suck. Well, thank you for telling us about that. I had no clue.
Too much information.
Yes, I'm not quite sure why you would reveal that in the chat. Gotta keep it classy here. We're not getting that dirty yet.
Oh, yeah, because we're so classy on the show.
We are classy, of course.
Eat a dick.
Yeah, well, I wasn't saying it. That's just, that's part of the news.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
That's just part of the news, my friend. And by the way, Mike, have you noticed many musicians out there also falling to COVID or depression? A bass player that I like from a popular band, a punk rock band called Leftover Crack. The bass player, his name is Alec Bailey, by the way, from New York. Great punk rock band. Right, that's the name of the band. I've been listening to these guys for a long time. I've talked to the band members for many years as well, and I had no idea this guy would actually go and kill himself. And I believe that's exactly what happened. Oh, he's very dead.
Sorry to hear.
As dead as one can be.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's terrible.
It is, and he was totally cool. I didn't expect that. Completely out of left field, but yeah, the man is gone. And I did some investigative journalism, and I figured out that he did get divorced. At one time he got married to like a super fan, and he loved her, and they loved each other, and they got married, blah, blah, blah. And one day, I guess, one thing led to another. They got a divorce, Mike, and lo and behold, I got really crazy with it, and I looked online, and I looked at her profile, and it seems like she's in a relationship with another guy, and guess what, Mike? He's in a band too. Surprise. So that tells me one thing. This band obviously played on a bill together, and one thing led to another, and now they are together.
Yep.
And he got depressed, and there's no touring for him, and I think that was his entire life. And he spiraled out of control, and then he killed himself. I'm thinking that's what happened. I'm not quite sure, but that's what logic and reason is telling me right now.
Yeah, it sounds very possible that he could have just fallen into that deep depression once his lover was gone. And was he married to her?
He was married to her, and then they got divorced. I'm
That's
telling you, this
good.
was like a super fan, totally into him. They were both into each other.
Hmm.
And now she's into another guy who plays in a band. So that kind of says a lot there.
Yep. I'm living
Holy
proof of that.
shit.
Living proof.
That happened to you?
Yeah, my last one.
Oh my God. Now that is a shocking revelation that I had no idea of, Mike. Same situation.
Pretty much, she ended up
Wow.
going with a former member of one of my bands.
Oh my God, Mike.
Yeah, and now they're broken up.
Oh, well, that's expected.
Uh-huh.
Are you telling me they weren't quarantined together?
Whatever. Who cares? I hope they both get COVID,
They probably will.
and I hope they get a terminal version of it. Oh wait, did I just say that? I'm sorry. That was
Are we
wrong.
gonna have to
I
edit this
shouldn't have
part
said
out?
that. Edit that part out.
Gonna
That
have to edit
wasn't
that
me.
out.
That was someone else.
So yeah, it was a different Italian.
Italian.
It was a Black
Oh,
Italian.
Black Italian.
You're right.
You know, I have to say this for musicians that are listening out there.
There's plenty.
There's one thing that it's hard, it's very difficult to do is when you meet, if you're a guy and you meet a girl in a band who's, you're a guy in a band and you meet a girl who's a fan,
Right.
and
Shit.
you know, the connection can be great because, you know, I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead,
You know,
man. I'm listening.
guys will get up on stage and they attract a woman who's who finds that appealing.
Right.
It's a sign of popularity. It's a sign of talent. It's a sign of power, and they get attracted to that. And then it happens for girls too. You know,
Right.
so it's not just
Yeah.
guys, but I'm
Women
talking
too.
about guys here.
Hmm.
And so they get attracted. They show affection, and a lot of times the guy ends up getting with the girl, and in a certain amount of time, a lot of times it doesn't work out. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I got to be honest. Most of the times I've ever heard about it, it never works out. So what I was going to say is, you musicians out there, you got to watch it. You got to be careful. You got to know where to draw the line between you and your fans, because it can end up tragically where you end up losing uh, your significant other, your lover, whatever you want to call it, wife, girlfriend, or boyfriend. And then you got to start all over again, and it's a heartbreak. It's hard, but then again,
Damn.
that's love, man. That's what we deal with.
It really is shitty, especially for our friend Alec and for you as well. But he actually killed himself. And ironically, the lyrics for many of their songs are about doing drugs and suicide.
With a name like Leftover Crack, I mean, how could it not be? How could it not be about drugs?
I know, but the thing is, Mike, the other band members, you have to understand, the other guys were big heroin addicts. They were big crack smokers at one time. So it was never Alec in my mind that I thought he would actually kill himself, but the guy did.
Join this.
The band's awesome.
Are they punk rock?
Yeah, they are a very punk rock band.
Neat.
Yeah, Leftover Crack.
I didn't know punks did crack and heroin.
Well, only the cool ones do.
Only the cool ones do.
Only the kick-ass ones do. Yeah. Well, I like my rock stars doing drugs, Mike.
Yeah, well, yeah, but punk rock. I always figured punk rock was
Straight edge guys, maybe.
a lot of I thought they were more into alcohol and pot than dope and crack.
It's a new world, right? It's a new world now.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Especially listening to this show.
Music has changed.
Yeah, music has changed. It really has. It really, really has. And by the way, Mike, I told you this going back to COVID for a second here. Mike, I told you this was going to happen. And now it's happening, Mike.
What's that? Leftover crack?
No, that's an oxymoron.
Well, you may soon need to show proof you've received a COVID-19 vaccine if you want to travel or get into a movie or a concert. The Common Trust Network and World Economic Forum partnered up with hundreds of health systems and airlines to develop an app. Now, the app would allow users to upload medical data to create a health certificate or passcode to enter a venue or even another country. Big tech firms like IBM are also trying to develop an app.
There you go, Mike. See, it's happening.
And you know what? There has to be an alternative. I'll tell you why. Because let's just say you don't want it on your phone.
Right.
I'm assuming you're not for this, right? I'm pretty sure you're not for this, right?
A vaccination ID, no.
Right. And I kind of agree with you. But at the same time, if it is enforced, I don't think it should be limited to just phones. I think there should be some sort of an identification card or something like that, just so that you don't have to put it on your phone. Because truth be told, like I've even considered, like I have an iPhone, and I'm actually considering getting rid of the iPhone and just getting an old flip phone again.
Right. You're going to go old
So,
school on us.
yeah, and I'll tell you why. Well, I don't want to get into a whole thing, but I just think that there is there's a certain amount of addiction to iPhones and smartphones.
No doubt. I'm addicted to them.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie to you.
I try very hard to stay off that. Anyway, but I'm getting off the subject.
Yeah, go
I
back.
think what do you think? Like, what's your issue about the whole ID thing about the virus?
Well,
Like,
I
how
think
do you feel?
I don't feel very good about it. I think it's a huge invasion of privacy.
Absolutely, I agree with you 1,000% on that comment. Yes, it is an invasion of privacy. I mean, next what they didn't ask when you had AIDS. When you got AIDS, you didn't have to bring a card out and you know, uh, or something on your phone, an app on your F the app. Give me a break.
It's
An app.
pretty wild what's going
That's so
on.
stupid.
But I mean, this is their attempt to, I guess, try to stop the spread of sorts.
Okay.
But
That being said,
I get I get that argument as well. But I just it's a very troubling sort of a topic to really pin down because I see both sides of the argument here.
agreed.
But
I understand.
but I'm not very comfortable at all though still.
What is it that buys aside from the privacy thing? Is there anything else that bothers you about it?
No, that's about it. But the fact that I have to be vaccinated is an issue. I just don't want the vaccine. Maybe in a year or two, I don't know. I just don't think it's safe. Maybe it is. But personally, I just don't want to take it yet.
Understandable.
I'm just going to hold off as long as I can, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of people have. I've heard that from a lot of people. Well, enough people. It's 50-50. I mean, I got to be honest. I'm kind of on the fence about it. Like, I want the vaccine. I want them it to be available. But is it like a flu shot type thing?
I think that's how it's going to be treated.
Is that how it's going to be treated?
I think so. I think that's just just like the flu shot. It's going to be something that will be required in a sort of annual sort of event that you're going to have to do, just like the flu shot. And the virus mutates, as you know. That's what viruses do. So that's why you also have to take that annual flu shot as well.
Well, I just had my flu shot weeks ago.
Oh no, Mike, you did it.
Yeah, well, I have to, because if I don't, I end up getting sick like I did last year.
Did you almost die last year or what?
I didn't almost die, but I was very sick. You remember?
I know you. Yeah, I know you were sick, but how sick were you?
I was on this couch for about 3.5 days. I was just completely drawn with energy or from energy.
So you were like maybe about a 7.
A 7 for
out of 10, and in the sense that you were kind of screwed there a little bit from this.
Well, all I can tell you is that if I had not gone to the doctor, I think I would have gotten worse. It was they had determined it was strep throat and flu A, which I had never heard that term before, but apparently it's a common term. So that being said, I was really, really sick.
Yeah.
And
sounds like it.
Yeah, I don't think I would have gotten any better had I not gone to the doctor. So here's what I'm getting at with this: is that if they're enforcing this whole thing about getting the shot, truth be told, Michael, I have nothing to hide at one point, but I don't like the idea of them putting a quote unquote app on my phone.
Right.
I don't appreciate that. I would rather have a card or something to say, because if I get rid of my phone, I mean, how am I going to show an app on a flip phone?
That's true. Well, I have a couple of things to hide, Mike. You know, I'm a wise guy.
Yeah, and I agree.
Couple
I
bodies
totally
in the
agree with you.
desert. You know, a couple bodies in the desert, Mike. You know,
Yeah,
keep it
and I
real.
understand what you're saying. And not all joking aside, you're right. It's a privacy issue. If I had AIDS or if I had
Syphilis.
syphilis,
Yeah.
yeah, or gonorrhea, do I want everybody knowing that?
Not at all.
No,
I don't think you do.
no. So I think it's kind of stupid. But you know what? This is this is the world we live in.
You can say that word.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
This is a very adult show. Don't worry.
I know. I prefer not to use it. Only when I get super angry, you know me. But yeah, I think it's kind of, yeah, it's identification, like, where it's unnecessary, so to speak.
It
Is
kind
that
of
making
is.
sense?
Yeah, it's a little unnecessary.
There you have it.
But hey, that's the world we live in. We're going to be trying, I guess, our best to stop the virus. So,
See, the reason
kind
why I
of
asked
screwed
you how
here.
you felt about it is because you've always said that exactly what you just said a second ago. This is the world that we live in,
That's the world we live in.
things are
Yeah.
and things are changing. So I'm kind of surprised that you wouldn't appreciate or go with the whole flow on this.
No, I'm just very, very skeptical about it all, Mike. That's all.
And rightfully so.
Yes. Very, very
Rightfully so.
skeptical. And this next bit right here, Mike, that we're about to play comes from our friends over at OAN. And this lady right here has the answer you've been waiting for, Mike. Are you ready for this?
Hope so.
Oh my God, here we go.
All right.
Ford has won, and Biden will never be president of the United States. We have been called here by warriors from the God Most High, and we, just like the ancient Israelites, were here yesterday with the hashtag Jericho March to pray and bring down the power of heaven, because it is our praise and our prayer to God that releases his power, that will break every stronghold, every demonic power that has taken over our country, and especially DC. And the power was palpable yesterday. We felt those strongholds broken, torn down, destroyed, and the change is happening right now. And I was there to experience it, and the worship of so many people, so many I guess famous, prophets and speakers and conservatives were here yesterday, and we all came together as one because we are America, and we came here to bring about in reality what has already taken place in the heavenlies. And so Jesus has won. He is king.
In the
and
heavenlies?
Trump will get 4 more years.
That's right.
Trina, for those that couldn't be there yet, they couldn't be in DC this weekend, can you tell us what the crowd was like, what the atmosphere has been like here?
Everybody was family. I came here actually by myself, and I met people from almost every state, from Washington to Maine, Michigan, Arizona, down in the South where I'm from. We all came together, and we're all in agreement that the Lord is working, and the energy was so electric. It was fantastic. We're supposed to come back January 20th for Trump's second inauguration. So
on that note, I do have to ask you about another election, one that's going on in your state.
Whoever recorded that clip, I think they were fighting somebody back there.
I was going to ask you the same thing. Like, what are they doing?
It
Like
sounded,
building a house?
I know, right? It sounded sort of like someone getting hit with a phone book. I'm like, who's getting smacked around back there?
Are you watching a video or is that just audio?
Oh, that was a video that time.
All right. So what?
I know, right? There's lots of questions there.
So yeah. So what? Who is she interviewing? It sounded like she was
some
interviewing herself.
Just a random Trump supporter. And she went on some tangent about God. I don't think the reporter even knew she was going to go there, but she went there.
Yeah, well, you know what I have to say about these people. Look, I appreciate her enthusiasm for the president. I
Sure.
do. But when they start saying like they're gonna bring in their God is with him, I just lose all interest.
And
I really do.
angels are coming down. Yeah. She sounded kind of like
Whatever.
Paula White.
Oh boy.
I won't play that clip for you, though.
Please don't.
Don't worry. We're not doing that yet.
Oh, it hurts.
Maybe later we'll do that. But yes,
Oh,
Mike,
good.
it's tremendous time. The U.S. already has surpassed 20 million COVID-19 cases. And January is not looking good.
You know, here's the interesting thing. Scale wise, if you compare us to all the other countries that were hit, we're actually doing pretty good considering.
We're not doing
You
better
agree?
than China.
You agree?
I don't agree at all. I think China, they're dancing in the street, Mike.
Are they?
Yeah, they pretty much defeated this in many ways. They're out there in the streets dancing. They're having pool parties.
Makes you wonder, huh?
It's a good time in China.
Makes you wonder, right, Mike?
It makes you wonder, no doubt. But China is probably the safest place to be, according to some of these folks online, according to the experts and those out there that are living in China. Remember, we talked to that gentleman before who
Yes.
is on location. Maybe it's a good time to bring him back on.
If he'd even be able to
Talk.
give us straight answers, you know?
That's true. That's true. The guy can really talk about a lot of things, right?
Right. That's my point.
So it was a little bit, yeah, we'll try to work something out.
A little cryptic.
Very cryptic, yes. Maybe he didn't want to get
Killed?
yeah, taken out, Mike. But yes.
I agree.
But yes, Mike, before we wrap it up here with COVID talk, you know, many teachers out there in New York, last I read, were very, very worried about the school safety as COVID spikes out there as well in New York. Lots of school children now are getting their parents sick, and it's a good thing that you don't have kids yourself, Mike. You'd probably be sick right now.
Yeah. Well, I got my own kids.
I heard your kid right now in the background.
Yep. There he goes again.
It sounded like he told me to shut up.
Yeah, he says that once in a while.
He's mean.
Yeah.
A mean
He used
little
to tell me-
bird.
When I had Kiki before she died, he used to say shut up to her when she would whistle.
Oh, that's
a lot.
funny. That's a good one. By the way, Mike, before we wrap it up here with all political talk, you know, since we're a political show,
Right.
what do you make of Senator Ted Cruz?
Did I miss something? Or like, what has he done?
I'm just curious what you think of Ted Cruz.
Well, from what I know of him, when he eventually when Trump got the presidency, I was told or heard, I should say, that him and Trump were actually getting along and working together in a good way. But that's all I really know about him. I don't know a lot. I know he's very patriotic. He's Cuban, right?
Is he
Cuban
Cuban?
American? I think so.
I didn't know that.
I think he is Cuban American, American born. Yeah, even the name Cruz, I believe, is Latino.
Well, that I didn't know, Mike.
I could be wrong, but I do think because I think I heard him on Mark Levin once, and I think Mark had mentioned to Mark that his heritage was Cuban American, and that his family came here to escape the tyranny of Castro back in, I believe, the 50s or 60s. So he came here to America. With his parents, and he did very well for himself and became a senator.
Right. If you would have asked me about Mitt Romney, I would have told you something, but not. I don't know much about Ted Cruz, to be honest.
Yeah. See, again, I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, and if I am, then I would be standing corrected.
Somebody will correct us in the chat. Brandon Young says he's awful. I think he's referring to Ted Cruz there. D says, wasn't Cruz born in Canada? And he was not born in Canada.
Maybe he was. I could be wrong.
No, he's not Canadian.
Well, I figured even with his name, like his last name Cruz, it sounds very Latino.
Well, yeah, that's why I think he might be a halfer there, Mike.
Right, right. And he may have been born in America, but there's no doubt. I'm almost positive I heard him say that his parents came from Cuba, escaped the communists of Cuba, came here and had a great life. And what else can I say? Why do you bring him up? What did he do?
I just randomly thought of a clip, and I just found it right now. But yes, D says yes, he was born in Canada. She just looked in Wikipedia. She says here in the chat.
Canada, Cuba, it's the same thing.
Canada, Cuba, yeah.
Cantalopia.
Cantaloupe, yeah. You say tomato. I say tomato.
I say Canada.
You say Canada. All the same thing. But yes, here is a clip that I randomly thought of right before I asked you that question, Mike. Here we go.
Or attacking Donald Trump, but I'll just give you this response.
Hold on, I don't think I got the beginning there. Let's try that again.
Or attacking Donald Trump, but I'll just give you this response. I am not in the habit of supporting people who attack my wife and attack my father.
That was my last memory of Ted Cruz, by the way, when Donald Trump was attacking him.
Oh,
I thought that was hilarious, by the way.
Right. I remember when that happened.
That was awesome. Man, he just took it, by the way. He just took it. It was funny.
And the thing
Poor
with
guy.
Trump is Trump insulted a lot of those people that were candidates.
Dude, he buried him. He buried the shit out of Ted Cruz.
Here's the thing, though. Even after it was all done, I remember seeing some interviews with him, and he was saying, "Listen, it's dog eat dog. When you're going to become president, and you've got to get up on that stage and do a debate. It's dog eat dog, and you know that politicians will do whatever they need to do.
Oh yeah,
to screw you.
It's going to get dirty, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get dirty. That's the name of the game, by the way, folks. That's just the way it goes. And speaking of which, Mike, I think it is that time now.
Okay.
I think it's that time. We already hit that sort of mark. I'm looking at the time. Yeah, we've gone about 50 minutes here. It's almost that time, Mike.
Almost, or is?
Almost. In a moment here.
Okay.
Couple moments here. Celebrity Death Pool 2021. And yes. Right. And I told the listeners, I said, this is your first time. So, be easy with you, Mike.
Okay.
Go easy. Don't go, too crazy on you. This is the first time you've done this. And this is a awesome bit. I love doing this. I really do.
My first time.
Yes, sir. And this is one of the most offensive segments that we do here on the program. How shamelessly excited I am. You will never know, but I truly am.
And it's not political.
Not at all. Far from it. Because we're not a political show at all.
Nope.
No. You think anybody in that world would ever mistake this for a political show?
Well, I guess they already did, so.
I'm talking about those that are actually in politics. Those that listen to, also those that are like, avid listeners that like political shows. I mean, we are far from that here.
We're certainly not politically correct, that's for damn sure.
Exactly. And on that note, we do have a caller before we jump into Celebrity Death Pool 2021. Let's take that call. And caller, you are live on the air. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Very nice. Welcome to the program. I don't know who you are. Can you tell us a made-up name? I don't want you to give us a real name.
A made-up name? Sure. How about Bayo?
Okay, that's fine.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Bayo.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Same to you. Thanks for calling in.
Absolutely. I've been listening to the show. We actually had venison for our Christmas dinner this year.
There we go. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah.
I know this person, Michael.
How does venison taste, by the way? I don't know exactly.
If you cook it where it's not gamey, it can taste incredibly good, but you have to cook all the gaminess out of it.
Okay, I see. Well, Mike is
Yeah.
not going to be eating any of that anytime soon.
No.
Awesome.
But yeah, I just wanted to call in and say hi. I don't know if you were going to have a chance to talk about music or anything like that, but
We kind of
I was just
did.
going to say that yeah, I think I missed it a little bit when I had to turn the show off to call in.
Right.
But I was just going to say that things were coming along with the band really well, and I'm excited to hear everything coming up with that. But also just really enjoying listening to the show as well.
Very
So
nice.
she what she's talking about, Michael, is the band that I had mentioned to you, Momento Morte,
Right.
which Beo is actually being a part of. She's been helping us out with, I believe, social media and websites and things of that nature. So that's how I know who she is. So that's what she's referring to as well.
Nice. Mike has a street team now.
Yeah.
Some guerrilla marketing, yes. Very good work. Very nice. But
Yeah.
yes.
Well, I'm glad you're listening to the show. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And shared it on the page and everything else for other people to join in and listen. And the website is up and live for the band. MementoMorte777.com. So that's live for everybody to go to, and lots more to come. So
Nice.
That's great.
Very nice. Well, we do want to thank you for calling in. And yeah, I wish the very best for you, and I hope you don't get sick this year.
Yeah, be careful
no,
out there.
definitely planning on not. Definitely.
Yes.
All right, we all have a great night.
Yep.
Mahalo.
And happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you as well. Thanks a lot, guys.
Sweet dreams. And
Take
there
care.
she goes. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a surprise. I didn't expect that to happen.
And now I have that gentleman texting the line, by the way. The
This
one I told
is-
you that was saying odd things.
Oh.
So now I
Right.
just encouraged him. Right. Mike, I forget that line is able to receive text messages. I do receive the voicemails. I don't want to play any of those. I don't want to piss anybody off. But I do get those. And yes, plenty of people do call in when they are very drunk. Right.
That's what this show is, a drunk show.
I think it's a lot of things. There's been people that drink. There's people that do drugs when they listen to the show. There's people that have sex when they listen to the show. It's
No way.
100%. 100%.
Sex?
Yeah.
I've never
Right.
heard that one before.
I know they are making the beast with two backs, as I say, while listening to the show.
What's so sexy about the Michael Decon program?
No idea.
I'm sorry, but I
People
don't
are
get
freaks.
turned on.
I'm not turned on either, but some people are. I have fucking no idea, Mike, but people are nuts. But
weird.
I love them all, though. I mean, I'm not going to get mad at them. I love my freaks. What can I say?
Oh,
love my
that
freaks out
is
there.
funny.
Love
Yeah.
that. How am I going to be against that,
Uh,
How am I going to get mad at that?
no, how can you? I'm trying to understand the appeal, the sex appeal.
I don't know,
to
man.
The show.
I have no
offense,
idea.
I love doing the show, but I would never want to get my rocks off to you.
Hey, I don't either. I'm with you on that one. I don't listen back to this.
Oh, all right, honey. Michael's coming on soon. Let's
Get
get
ready.
the baby oil.
Get the swing ready.
Yeah, let's get the swing.
That was
and
actually in a email, by the way. There was a swing, and one gentleman does listen while he does do that to his wife.
Okay,
So that's
just
not a
strange.
joke. Well, I know, but what can I say? Don't do that.
Don't
Don't
do
have
that.
sex while you listen to this show.
Yeah, okay. That's crazy.
It's pretty rock and roll, though, man.
I'll tell you.
I fucking love it. I'm not gonna act like I don't. I mean, just a few months ago, I signed an autograph again, Mike.
Did you?
Yeah, and I tried to stop them. I said, "Are you sure you want my autograph? Why would you want such a dumb thing?" Oh, but they insisted, so I didn't battle them. I was quite taken back.
That's wonderful.
It really is. I've never thought I'd do that. So that's maybe the second time I've ever done that.
Oh, good for you, man.
So, it was a bit of a
It's a nice
it's an
feeling,
experience.
isn't it?
It's a very different thing, and I never thought I'd find that out here. Someone
Mhm.
marking out for me out here like that. Pretty
Was he
wild.
stalking you?
That's why, man. These people tell me these things. They're like, "You're a fucking rock star." I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about. That's definitely not me.
May I ask where it happened?
It actually was the strangest place. It was
Go ahead.
in a Starbucks parking lot, and I wasn't going to Starbucks. I was actually going across the street to a pizza place here,
All right.
and I was ID'd. Even with a mask on, I thought, how the hell did you even know that was me?
Right. Isn't that silly?
Sunglasses.
Cracks me up.
Well, they seen some of the sunglasses I wear in some photos, so
That's how, like, every time I walk into a bank,
it was
and
weird.
I've got a mask on and my sunglasses and a hat, and I walk up to them. Just once, I'd love to go up and say, "Stick them up."
Right.
And what are they? It cracks me up.
Even as a ninja, I was ID'd.
Even as a ninja.
Even as a ninja. And by the way, we are joined by another caller. Caller, you are on the air. How's it going?
Oh, hello, fellas. Mike and Mike, how are you?
We
Hello.
are good, my friend. How are you doing this evening? Have you been drinking? Is that what's going on out there?
Oh, no. Fantastic night, though. No. I don't
Very
really
good.
drink that often. Thank
Very
you,
good.
yeah.
I'm glad you are sober. So am I think. But yes, thank you for calling in. We will be doing Celebrity Death Pool in a moment here. Do you have any picks to get us started here, by the way?
Steve Naive was the drummer for Elvis Costello on The Attraction.
Oh, that's a solid pick.
Well,
Wow.
that's my pick for the night. And
Wow.
great man, great personality. And I want to say hello to Mike Idiot. He was one of my favorite musicians of all time.
Wow.
Who I met in
Thank you, sir.
New Jersey music store when I was 25 years old,
Wow.
and was carrying some Frank Sinatra tapes, and very interesting. It got me into Frank Sinatra, and
Wow.
Steve Naive is also incredible influences on my career. So thank you, Steve. Thank you, Mike.
You're quite welcome. Thank you for being a supporter. I greatly appreciate your support.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
Rock and roll.
Love that. All right, my friend.
Right
Thank
on.
you for calling in, brother.
Thank you, sir.
And there he goes. I thought he said
Wow.
he said it was Frank Zappa that influenced him. That's what I heard, but it wasn't the case.
Well,
It wasn't the case. But yes, Mike, here we go. It is that time. Celebrity Death Pool 2021. Oh my God, I can't believe we're doing this.
right on.
I just can't believe it. This is my favorite time of the year. Let's hit that music. Oh, here we go. Yes.
Celebrity Death Pool.
How time flies by when you're having fun. We are definitely getting older every day. And this is going to be amazing, Mike. I am so excited. I don't know about you at home, but I have goosebumps. Amazing. Oh, yeah. Here we go. God, I love that music, by the way. I wish we could get Robin Leach to do some liners here, but...
This is Robin Leach, and we're on the Michael Decon program.
Oh, I love that.
These guys are rich and famous and fabulous.
I love that. I'm going to try to get a British guy or maybe even Ross Mitchell to do some liners for us here, Mike. Make that guy announce you too. You got a very deep voice, by the way.
I don't know what he could announce me for, but sure, why not?
Oh yeah, he'll announce you. He definitely will announce you here. And of course, Mike...
I'll announce you good.
He will announce you good. It'll turn on the listeners again.
Right on.
That's right. And as the veterans know by now, this is Celebrity Death Pool 2021. Do not be afraid to engage. Give us your picks here on the program. Matter of fact, I invite all of you out there to get involved. If you have balls, that number is 424-666-2425. One more time, 424-666-2425. It's It's a very easy number to remember. Wouldn't you say so, Mike?
It is.
It's a very simple number, a very catchy number, a number that you won't find anywhere else, but here we go.
Good Christian number.
It's a very Christian number. It's a very classy number. We're all about class here. So,
Yeah.
Mike, I think you know how we do this, but we will both give our picks. And since this is your first time here on the program, Mike, I will give you the honors to kick us off here.
Oh, all right. Okay.
So number 10,
So
Mike,
what do I-
yes.
I'm starting from number 10.
Yeah, we're going to go for number 10, and we're going to work ourselves down. I was going to talk to you with a different accent there, but I stopped myself. I was going to go into a West Virginia type accent, but I stopped myself, you know.
Should I talk in an English accent?
You can if you want to.
Right, blimey. I'll give you my number 10 on the list of celebrity death pools.
There you go.
My number 10, and I don't know the name of the guy, but I know when I tell you what he played, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. And I hate to say it because I like this guy a lot. The guy who played Gandalf in The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings.
Gandalf?
Yeah, the guy who played the wizard.
I think he's already dead.
No, he's not.
Yeah, that actor who plays him, I think he's dead already.
No.
Right.
Well, see, then I win.
You already won the show. You already won. Game over. The bid is over.
All right. I'm doing really good.
Yeah, you are a natural.
Yeah. Are you sure? Do you know his name? I do not know his name.
I think he's
didn't look it
dead.
up.
I think his name was like Ian something. I don't know.
That's right. Ian something. That's
Ian
right. That's
something.
right.
I don't have it. Is it Ian McKellen or Mc something, right?
Let me look up actor who played
Oh, wait. Yeah, I did look. Yeah. Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen. So
That's him.
Ian Kellen. Kellen.
He's gone.
No, wait. No,
Or is he
hang on,
alive?
hang on.
Or is he
I
alive?
don't
What's
think-
going on here?
No, he's alive.
Oh, he's
81.
alive. He's 81. Holy shit. Well, he's going to be dead soon.
That's why I put him on the list, because I think he might. And I love the guy.
You're
I
going to
really
kill the
like him.
guy. He's going to be dead by tomorrow.
So
Holy
it says
shit.
here he was born May 25th, 1939. He's 81, but there's no death date, so he's not dead. He is very much alive.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad he's alive. I do apologize to his friends and family out there who will never hear the show. But we do apologize. He's still alive, thank God. He's not dead yet, but he will
I
be
really
soon.
like him. I think he's a great actor.
He might be
I
dead
have him
soon,
at,
yes.
I had him at my number 10 because I think there's a good possibility he may go.
It half Q chimes in the chat saying Harry Potter dude died. So
Yeah, the guy, the wizard, who was in the first couple of movies.
So that
Again,
dude,
I don't know.
That dude went under.
Yeah, he died.
Holy
In fact,
shit!
I believe it was after the third Harry Potter movie.
Oh my God!
Maybe the fourth. I'm not sure. But yeah, he died, and they got another guy to fill in.
Well, that is terrible. By the way, we are joined by a caller. Let's bring them in. By the way, do you like how I do that? I'm like, that's a tragedy. Caller, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
How
How's
are
it
you?
going?
Yeah, brother, how
How
you
you
doing,
doing?
man? I'm glad you are here. We just kicked off Celebrity Death Pool, and I hope you are enjoying the program so far.
Oh, it's amazing. I was really hoping that Gandalf had died because it would have been the greatest the greatest pick.
Oh yeah, love that. See, Mike,
Yeah, I
we
love Gandalf.
see, Mike, we have the best listeners, by the way, Mike. See,
Oh, no doubt.
love that.
Yeah, so that was a good pick,
I
right,
wanna
caller?
pull
I
my
mean,
ticket.
I picked a good guy to
Good,
put on the list.
good choice. Good number 10. Caller, do you have a number 10 on your mind here?
Yeah, I have a pick. You know, I've been picking them for the past decade, but Keith Richards.
Keith Richards, that guy's not gonna
He's
die.
on my list as well.
He's not gonna die. I could reassure both of you. He is gonna outlive us both.
It's funny,
Yeah,
caller. I
you
got
know,
him on my
I got
list.
my
He's
money
on my
on
list.
this
Where is
shit.
he?
I mean,
He's number 7. 8. He's number 8.
What was that,
You
caller?
know what?
Go
I'd
ahead.
have him up there at least 4.
4. That's not bad. Okay.
Okay.
We could
You
work
know,
with
I
that.
mean, are you looking for my 10?
Yeah.
Is that what-
Well, since we are limited on time here, yeah. Give us your number 1.
I'm not going to give you the top 10, but Keith Richards, you could position him anywhere between, I think, 3 and 7.
Damn. So you think he's gonna go out this year?
I think so.
You
Oh,
know what,
shit.
man? I hate to say it. I just got done reading his autobiography.
Mhm.
I'm a huge Stones fan, but I can imagine Keith biting the big one this year.
Oh man.
Well, eventually, we all are headed that way.
Word.
So yeah, you're right, caller.
I mean, listen, man, Gandalf died a couple times, so
Well, the thing is, the caller's not wrong. By the way, there were plenty of rumors on social media that he was gone.
hey, listen.
Keith Richards or Gandalf?
I think both, but yes, Gandalf.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, seriously, man, your show has helped me through the corona pandemic. I appreciate it. I found you guys earlier this year, man. I was following Max Egan for a while, and I heard him on your show. And
Right.
hey, listen, man. Since I heard that show, it's a highlight of my experience listening to you, man. I appreciate it.
Love that. I really do appreciate that. See, Mike, these are things I hear all the time. But some
great.
people, they say they are getting off when they're listening.
Yeah.
Well,
too much
listen, I'm
information.
not doing that at all. I do drink.
Yeah, don't.
I kind of drink when I listen to your show, listen, little hand sex here and there. I'm just joking.
Oh, you ruined it.
Well, the thing is, I'm not discouraging. I'm discouraging anyone to not do that. I'm actually encouraging people to definitely,
Sex.
yeah, for sure, definitely do that. Definitely listen to the show, no doubt.
If I could say one more thing, man, another hilarious thing is that so I'm listening to the show, I'm hearing like hideous, so I'm like, shit. I'm a huge Misfits fan, man. I've been following you for a while too, and I was like, is that Mike fucking hideous? And it's just a hilarious situation, man. Through all of that, man, the show that I found, you also have Mike Hideous on it. It's just a great show. Just a great show.
Amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I don't blame you for feeling that way, sir.
You know what? Hey, listen, I'll let you go, man. Good times.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you so much for calling in. I hope you do it
Yes.
again soon. Don't be a
Thank you.
stranger.
Yeah,
We
well-
love that. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope the very best for you and all your future endeavors. I hope happiness and health for you and yours.
You know what? You too, man. R.I.P. Keith Richards.
Right, my friend. Stay black. Good night. And there he goes. We love that very much. Love that. And now I will give my number 10 pick for all of you out there. Number 10 is Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, yes.
Harvey Weinstein, number 10. What?
Suicide.
Right. Well, Mike, what can I possibly say about him that hasn't already been said?
Yeah.
Many even make the argument that he did nothing wrong, and those women should take responsibility for putting themselves in that scenario.
Yeah, he did nothing wrong, but Donald Trump is responsible for all the people that died.
What do you make of that, Mike? That argument out there? I'm sure you've heard that plenty of times from the men out there. Plenty of men out there who feel that way, that it's not Harvey Weinstein's fault. It was actually these women that put themselves in that scenario. They knew what they were getting themselves into. They know all about the casting couch. So it's their fault too.
I'm glad you said that word, casting couch, because there's no doubt in my mind that there are men out there, maybe even women, who put certain actors in a position where they have to do certain favors in order to get to the level. I have no doubt in my mind. No doubt. And I think that, well, I think Harvey Weinstein was just a scummy guy.
Right.
Who talked out of one side of his mouth and yet said other things out of the other side. So, I guess he got lucky and he got caught.
That's right. It caught up to him, and that's what happens. That is what happened. He's just one of many out there, and I'd even go as far as putting him up there with the likes of Jeffrey Epstein. And wouldn't you know it, Mike, Harvey was also good friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
He was.
Right. In any event, the facts are that he was indicted in May 2018 and charged with 5 sex crimes and was found guilty on 2 of those charges. I picked our boy here because earlier this month, there was video of him for the very first time in a long time. He appeared to have lost lots of weight and lost more hair on that head of his.
Yeah.
I think his time may, in fact, be up in the year 2021, Mike.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, prison, I'm assuming prison will do that to a person if you are slightly heavy.
Sure.
Yeah, and probably with the stress and all. I mean,
this dude
I
is,
couldn't even imagine.
this guy is knocking on death's door.
Yeah.
He's going to go out in 2021. I'm quite sure.
Yep. And I think it might be, if it does happen, I think it would be suicide.
You think he's going to kill himself?
I think so. I mean, that's just
It's kind of the way to go, right?
I think he's depressed about, I mean, how could you not be, in jail after having a life like he did?
Well, Mike, suicide is the new black.
Before we go on, speaking about the whole jail thing, do you hear anything more about Ron Jeremy?
I have not heard any new developments from Ron Jeremy, but
just curious.
But I do know he's also facing, or already is facing, plenty of horrendous things that he did in the past.
Which I find crazy because the guy was involved with porno. I mean, sex was his business.
Right.
That's what he did.
I just think he might have, got a little too hands-on.
You think so?
With some women that probably didn't want that.
Interesting.
Yeah, but he's facing, I think the last time I read, something like 20 rape charges or some shit.
And I gotta say this. If you are a woman who was around him.
Right.
When
Holy hell.
That was my bird.
The bird went nuts right there. Well, is he okay?
Yeah,
oh my God.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm kind of doing something here.
Hey, tell that bird there's a fucking show going on.
It's a show going on.
Tell him. Tell the goddamn bird.
Anyway, what I was going to say is if you are a woman and you are hanging around this guy, knowing his history and all that he did, what he did, why would you put yourself in a position to even be around a guy like that?
Yes, that's true. Very true.
Mike, take over for 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go settle down. Go settle the bird down back there.
I apologize. I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Do what you got to do. Caller, go ahead. You are live on the air.
Hey, Eminem, how's it going?
Eminem? Mike and Mike?
Yeah, Mike and Mike.
I like that. I like the way you think.
Mike and Mike, Eminem.
And Mike actually had to go.
So this is the Evening Star, and I got a pick for you.
Oh, there you are.
There I am.
There you are. I
there
thought I
you
knew.
Are.
Yeah, I thought I knew this voice.
Yeah, squeaky little voice. That's me.
It's been a long ass time since you called, by the way.
I know. See, I have my sex before or instead of the show. I'll always pick a good orgasm before you guys. So.
Oh my God.
It's just the way it is.
Love that. But no, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You're keeping it real here, and I hope you have been enjoying the show. And of course, I wish you all the very best in all your future endeavors as well. And I'm hoping you have at least a number 1 or number 9 pick.
Well, maybe. So I got 2 for you. One's a little bit maybe what the heck kind of pick.
That's all right.
The first one,
I'm
flipping through pictures on Instagram, and I see Kat Von D and her little boy's there.
Kat Von D.
And Charo's giving a guitar to Kat Von D's little boy. And I thought, how the hell is she still fucking alive?
That's true.
So that would be my first pick.
Kat Von D is a good pick. I mean, she did have lots of issues there with drug abuse for a while there, from what I recall.
Oh, no. I misspoke, or I didn't explain myself clearly. Kat Von D's little boy was given a guitar by Charo. Do you remember Charo?
Yeah, of course.
Coochie girl?
Right. I'm following you. Right.
So I'm looking at this picture. I'm like, oh my God, she's so gorgeous still. But how the fuck is she still alive? You know? So that's pick 1.
Not bad.
And then
I used to have the biggest crush on Cheryl.
I think a lot of guys
she was
did.
hot.
Oh, she was, and
I
she
think-
had that heavy accent. Oh my God.
I think a lot of guys did a few things while watching her.
I think I had hand sex with her once.
There you go. That's right.
And my next pick would be, believe it or not, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga?
Lady Gaga?
Uh-huh.
Where does that come from? Why would you say that?
Well, if you read the tabloids and the little gossip mills like I do because I have no life, you will discover that she tried to reverse her past,
Oh,
her alleged past.
I see.
And it's kind of a no-no.
Wait. What are you saying? She tried to what?
She tried to reverse her past. She supposedly made a pact with Devil
Right.
to get her fame. The old story.
Yeah. I've heard this story before. I knew where you're going. Yes.
Okay.
I don't really believe
So I
that, but
said,
yes.
oh man, she's going to get knocked off next. Train's going to hit her. She'll fall off the stage. But I really like Lady Gaga, so I hope not.
But you think her days are numbered?
Maybe.
I hear you.
Maybe.
We will find out
So
in
they're my pick.
2021.
Now, I got a lot of questions for you, but it's not like I don't want to break the flow of the show up. I only have one that I really want to know because I miss her voice.
Drop it in
Can
there.
I ask another question?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. What happened with Vanessa, your Robin Quivers? Because she had a voice for radio.
My
She
Robin
did a good
Quivers.
job.
That's hilarious that you said
Yeah.
that. Somebody was just bringing up Howard to me this morning. Rather weird day.
Yeah.
But yes, she's good.
Well-
She still occasionally listens to the show, and she will make her return. I promise.
Good. Because we miss her.
I was gonna say a lot of people do miss Vanessa here on the program. I miss her too. She'll be back on. Don't worry. We'll bring her back.
I think the three of you would get along really well on air.
I don't
Well-
disagree. Yeah.
So, the last time we spoke, do you vaguely remember me telling you about trying marijuana out?
Of
The
course.
Thanksgiving story where
Oh,
I had
yeah.
a time lapse with my hands in the air above the stove.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I have returned to the fold, and I made my first trip to a dispensary and walked out with about 20 grams.
Oh my
and
God! Look at
17
you.
different strains.
Look at you. Full
I know.
on.
So now I know exactly
Wow.
what you're talking about.
All in. Look at you. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Well,
that's
yeah.
back to the Howard Stern thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I missed Howard Stern up until 2006ish.
Why? You can still listen to
After
Howard.
I like the old Howard though.
Well,
I
me
like the
too.
new Howard.
Why do you say that though? I mean, I have this discussion with plenty of people out there. Have you listened to the new show at all recently?
Some it just irritates me because he has all the. It's kind of like the comedian. Oh, why can't Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy. Okay.
He made all his money being non-politically correct, vulgar, all in, balls out, his whole career, and now he's suddenly sorry for everything he said and did. Why?
Well, yeah, but didn't he
That's
just
what
recently
made you
get?
an individual. That's what got you to where you were.
Right. So you are missing the Howard of the 90s, in other words.
Yeah.
I
miss
see.
a lot from the 90s.
I don't blame you, but the show is not so bad. I know some people don't really like the new show, but I don't think it's the worst thing. I think it's not as good as it was at one time when Artie Lang was on the show. That's a whole different story, but it's still okay.
Yeah.
It still has its moments. You still got Ronnie there. You still have some of the staff there that make the show pretty funny. I think
Yeah,
it's-
you're right. You can't go back. You got to figure out.
you gotta
what's
keep
forward and
you gotta
go
keep
with it.
evolving, no doubt. You just can't stay the same forever. That's just
And-
not the way it works. But Howard has a great show though. I have to defend him here a little bit. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's better than 80% of the bullshit you'll find on radio or on a podcast today. I think his show's a lot better than a lot of established podcasts out there and shows.
Yeah, maybe I'll give it a chance again.
Yeah,
See
just give it a
what's what.
chance. And if it's bad, just, cancel the show or cancel
But
your subscription. Go ahead, Mike.
did
I'm sorry.
didn't he also have a recent run-in with the whole sexist thing or something like that? Somebody accused him of using not sexist, racist. He
That's
was he
every
was
day, though. Yeah, that's every.
yeah. So he got slammed, just like
Sure.
many performers have been getting
Oh, he got me
slammed.
too. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he got hammered because of a comedy bit that he was doing, and it offended certain people.
Yeah, because he said
And
from
Yeah.
years ago, when he said the N word in a number of bits out there. But of course, all these.
plenty of time.
Yeah, but I mean, these were just comedy bits. They weren't exactly, something to take at face value at all. It was a different time.
Mm,
Dear
well,
God, everything that went down in his studio all those years, and now they're going to pick on him?
well, look what's
Right.
happening in the world. Look what's happening. We are
I
living in
know.
in
I
a
don't
time
even know
where
how.
everybody is offended by every little thing.
Yeah.
Yep,
Well, by the
I
way,
hear you.
by the way,
I
one of
mean,
the most
I don't worry
recent
about it
things.
now, but
Yeah, one of the most recent things that he was saying, by the way, in the New York Post, you can look this up yourself. When responding to criticism, he said he doesn't give a fuck what people think about him.
Sure he does.
I was gonna say, I think he does care, though.
Of course he
I
does.
was gonna
Because
say, I
if
think
he
he does
didn't,
care, though.
he wouldn't have responded to that racist accusation that he was hit with.
Right. In this case, by the way, he was responding to a former staffer's criticism. I guess a lot of his former staff didn't have many positive things to say about the king of all media. And by the way, Troy H says in the chat room, ever since he banned Elegant Elliot Offen, the show's been downhill. I'm glad you brought up Elegant Elliot Offen, by the way. Probably one of the greatest characters from the Whack Pack in the show's history. The man has probably one of the best single vocabularies I've ever heard from any human being alive. That's fucking wild. But yes, I'm glad you brought that up. It was fun to reminisce here, but we must move forward here, my friend.
yeah, I'll see you later. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. Call back again.
Thanks for calling.
Will do.
Mahalo. And there she goes. I do appreciate that call and taking us back down the radio world there. And of course, number 9, Mike. Let's get this moving again.
Number 9, Barack Obama. Oh wait, that's my wish list.
Wrong list, Mike. Number 9.
I have Barack Obama.
But you got Barack
on my
Obama.
list. Yeah,
Obviously,
I
this is
I
predicated on you like not liking him, right?
well, that's part of it, but I also think that someone's going to shoot him.
You think someone's gonna take him out?
Hmm
Amazing. That's a
hmm
new one on me.
I think that I mean, I'm just taking a long shot here by saying this, but I think that there might be some political, how would I say this, political activism,
Hmm.
which by that I mean, I think there is going to be, I sincerely believe there's going to be some nasty acts that are going to take place as a result of the politics that have been happening.
I see.
And so I have him on my list.
Well, Mike, that's not exactly the craziest thing I've ever heard. It might happen. I mean, who would have thought there would be a pandemic?
Right, so you know where I'm coming from.
Exactly. And my number 9, by the way, Mike, is Larry King.
Oh, Larry King.
Larry King.
Yeah.
I really like Larry King, by the way. So this one is personally disturbing for me in the sense that I
Mhm.
didn't want to bring him on here. I didn't want to have to do this, but listen, this list has nothing to do with who I like or dislike. We all know Larry King by now. He's been in the entertainment business his entire life. I believe the guy is 87 years old. And if COVID doesn't do him in, then I don't know what will.
Maybe his next wife will.
Maybe his next wife or his next paycheck once he gets fired from RT. He's doing a great job out there, by the way, RT.
How old is he now, King?
87 years old.
80. So he's older than Gandalf, and Gandalf is a wizard.
87 years young. 87 years old. But
Well,
yes,
good for him.
yeah, good for him. And of course, by the way, do you personally like Larry King, or do you think he stinks on ice?
I gotta be honest, I don't know much about King. I've watched him interview a few people, and I was never turned on by uh his ability to entertain me. I think when he's serious, I kind of appreciate him, but when he kind of tries to get a little goofy, I'm just not interested.
Understood. 87 years old, and Kevin C says 187. You mean? No, he's not 187. He just looks 187. Bit of a difference there. But yes, I like him. I don't think there's anything too wrong with him. I think he's actually a top talent guy, personally. He probably will go down in history as one of the all-time greats, Mike.
Who, King?
Yeah, not to
As a
me,
journal-
but to others.
That-
He's seen that way.
I can totally agree. I can totally agree.
I mean, I wouldn't give that title to him, but others see him that way. Larry King, he's a legend. No disrespect.
Indeed he is.
No disrespect. No disrespect to the legend. And by the way, number 8, Mike, what do you got?
Number 8, Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson, oh my God. He's been on many lists throughout the years. Yeah, that's one of them. That he's kind of like a cockroach, Mike. He just doesn't die.
Yeah. But I think he's pushing it, man. I don't know how old he is, but I think he smoked his last doobie.
He smoked his last joint. He's free
I like the guy too. You know, I think he's a nice guy. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I like how he's gone through as many stages as he has as a country western singer.
My goodness.
And I don't
Willie
even like
Nelson.
country western.
Yes, Willie Nelson, free falling like Tom Petty in 2021. Amazing stuff. And that brings us to my number 8. And my God, here we go. It is Mike Lindell of My Pillow fame. Yeah.
Well, he's not on crack anymore.
He's
so
not smoking
where's he getting his
crack.
back from?
Yeah, we talked about our boy before. We talked about how he completely turned his life around. He was a former drug addict. And I've heard him say in other interviews that the drug dealers that he knew didn't want to supply him any drugs because of how bad he was. Now, Mike, I don't know if that's true or not, but most drug dealers that I know don't give a shit about you in any sense. So, I cannot confirm or verify these accounts on the behalf of Mike Lindell.
No, I find that very hard to believe because you're absolutely right. There's no drug dealer out there that gets a flying fart that their client is going to die.
Right. I think he's full of shit on that one.
Yeah.
But yes, he's obviously upset over the election. He goes off almost in every interview now, and I get it. He's passionate, but I'm telling you, Mike, the dude is on the edge. I think he's just one or two more bad questions. Mike, he's away from, I can't even say this, but the man says, in my opinion, Mike, I'll be honest, I think he's seriously just a few questions away from returning to smoking crack.
No, you think so?
I think so. The guy's losing it. He's losing
it. 20 million pillows.
It doesn't matter, Mike. I think he's one of those strange mental cases. I think he's probably still doing something. I don't think he's completely sober.
Well, they do say that once you're a drug addict, you're always a drug addict. But I don't know. I've known people that have kicked the habit completely and moved forward with their lives. And I think he's one of them.
Well, let's hope he doesn't go back to smoking crack. It's been a rough year for him.
Yeah, I'll do that for him.
It's he's 59 years old. He's 59 years old, by the way.
That's it? 59?
Right. He's still got some years in him.
Good for him.
He's got a long road ahead of him. Let's hope he does not smoke crack. And that brings us to number 7. Who do you got, Mike?
Number 7, Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, my goodness.
You know he's stage 4 cancer, right?
Sure.
So I don't know, is that cheating by picking a guy who's going to definitely die?
Not at all. Not at all. That's okay. That's okay.
I had him tied with Liza Minnelli.
That's also a pretty good pick there, too. Bit of a wild card there.
Yeah, I kind of had them tied. I didn't know which one I was going to stay with, but I did give you Rush Limbaugh, so I put kind of Liza Minnelli. I put aside.
Interesting, interesting. Okay, so my pick is Ozzy Osbourne. Number
Oh,
7.
wow.
Right.
Wow.
I really thought about this list, man. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you.
I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
thought
yeah.
about this, I really put some time and thinking who will be checking out. And Mike, I'm not certain if there is a soul in this world who truly hates Ozzy. He's made some really kick-ass music throughout the years, and everyone will always remain grateful for him and the talented musicians he had in his band. I believe Ozzy is about 72 years old now. How can...
That's it?
Yeah, he's 72 years old. He looks 172 years old.
Yeah.
And how can anyone not remember the ever so popular Meet the Osbournes that aired back on MTV in the early 2000s?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that sort of
The
gave him
popular
even more.
show.
Yeah, it gave him even more publicity. I mean, that was a great show.
Right, and he's had a string of health scares. I think in 2021, it just might be his final years rocking out on Earth, Mike.
Very possible.
Were you a fan of Black Sabbath, by the way?
Oh man,
little
never
bit.
a huge fan.
Little bit.
Never.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I said just a little bit there.
Never a huge fan. I can remember distinctly being at age 4 when my brother played the first Black Sabbath album, the first title track of the album, which was called Black Sabbath, on the album Black Sabbath by the band Black Sabbath. And I'll never forget to this day hearing the first song. It's so creepy. And I was 4 years old, 1970, I believe.
Wow.
And I remember he gave me the album cover to look at. And if you've ever seen that album cover, there's something haunting about the album cover. There's this green witch on the cover, this woman who's green. And it's just a creepy, creepy photograph. And from that day forward, Black Sabbath always stayed in my mind because I was so frightened by just that album cover and that song.
That's a great album cover, by the way.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Sure do.
First record.
Right.
Great.
Oh, yes. And by the way, someone in the chat room, let me go back and see who it was. Yeah, Gang of Four. He says, have anyone seen a pic of Celine Dion? She looks like an insect.
Celine Dion. Yeah, I heard she's not doing too well either.
Is she sick? What's going on with her?
I don't know. Drugs, maybe?
What's going on with our girl here?
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember seeing a photograph of her, and I will put it up in the chat room, by the way. And she looks like she's all skin and bones. Maybe she's just on some radical diet. Who knows? But that was I think it might have been a couple years ago. I don't know.
That might be it. She might be going anorexic.
Yeah. Let me put up that photo right now, by the way, for those in the chat room. Let's see, loading it up here. Bear with me, folks, those who are listening live and those who listen in on the podcast rendition of the program. I am currently putting up a photograph here, a very disturbing photograph of one Celine Dion, and she is wearing a black dress, and she looks very sucked in. Does not look good. Looks very unhealthy. Yeah. My God. There she is.
Oh, well. Next.
Yes. And Mike, by the way, I just wanted to quickly say, Ozzy, in my opinion, I never thought he was a great singer. He's got that weird, unique voice, but I never thought he was this amazing singer, of course. But you don't really have to be a great singer in a awesome rock and roll band, in my opinion.
Especially back in the day.
Yeah. Come on,
I mean, he had a voice. There were songs that he sang where you could hear some vibrato, but
right.
He was nothing, he wasn't all that.
He's no Glenn Danzig.
With respect. Oh, what about Danzig?
I was going to say he's no Glenn Danzig.
No. By far.
Right, so hopefully he does not go out this year, and that brings us to number 6. Who do you got, Mike? Go ahead.
Keith Richards.
Ah, yes, the man, the myth, the legend, Keith Richards, who definitely looks like he's at least 200 years old, but he will not die. Just doesn't go. It's all those drugs he did all those years, Mike. He's probably the only human being that perhaps won't contract COVID. He's probably immune to COVID.
Well, the guy's had more blood transfusions and has done more drugs and gotten. He has basically given the finger to the hooded figure of death countless times.
He probably contracted the virus a long time ago. He's probably patient 0. We don't even know it.
Exactly.
It probably is. And by the way, number 6 on my list, by the way, yes, here we go, Mike. Are you ready for this one?
Yes.
Courtney Love.
Now, why would you say that? She's so healthy.
Yeah, she's so healthy, right?
Right?
Yeah, I could see how she's on the edge as well. Many people are on the edge, but you know, I gotta be honest with you. I will never truly understand what it was about that woman that had so many men falling over themselves for her.
Not me.
Singer, songwriter, and actress, she was the center of the grunge scene back in the 90s. Lead vocalist for the ever so popular band Hole. She is 56 years old now. She is my wild card. You know, and I still don't really know what it was about her, why so many people wrote songs about her, why she's the topic of interest for so many famous musicians. I don't understand it, but
I do.
What is it, Mike?
It was her husband.
It was Kurt.
In my personal opinion, if Nirvana wasn't the great band that it was and had catapulted him into what's his name, Kurt Cobain, into stardom, I sincerely believe that Hole and Courtney Love would never have gotten to the level of fame and recognition that she eventually got, especially after his death.
Right. Now I'm with you on that one. And many believe that she played a role in killing Kurt Cobain. Do you think that's far-fetched, Mike, or do you think there's some truth into that?
That is a very touchy subject to talk about, but I have always had my skeptical feelings about it. But, you know, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm saying it just because I'm not a fan of hers.
Right.
But I've heard some interesting things. I heard something that she had spoken to one of the guys from a band called, I think, the Big Boys, who she had asked to beat Kurt Cobain to death or kill him or shoot him or something. This guy was in a band that the Big Boys, I think it was the Big Boys, and I think they were part of like the whole Mexican gang thing out there in LA. So that's what I heard, and when I heard that, I was completely appalled. I said, how could anybody do that? But then again, I don't have the proof. I really cannot say for sure.
How outrageous. But yes, lots of interest still on Courtney Love, even throughout all the years. And of course, she has her daughter that she is, I'm sure, just worried sick about, as always. I'm sure everyone, you know, they love their kids, but I think her daughter is probably pretty nuts right now too at this point in time.
Couldn't tell you. I don't know anything about her.
Yeah, the daughter, she was also suicidal at one time. Frances Bean Cobain.
That was the one thing I read about her online, is that she apparently had some kind of suicidal tendency.
Right.
And,
that's
was on drugs or something, right?
That's not completely surprising. 28 years old.
Mother.
Right. So she's young. She's about 28. Frances Bean Cobain. That's got to be pretty tough, right?
You mean the name?
Yeah, just carrying that name around. You have all these people, you know, all up in your business nonstop, Mike.
Yeah. Wow.
That's,
like I said, I don't know much about her, and
gotta
frankly,
be a little heavy there.
I don't even care.
Moving on. Number 5. Who do you got, Mike? Go ahead.
Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Number 5. I have Cher.
Cher.
What is she, like 85 now?
Let's look it up. She's actually from Brawley, California, which is not far from me, which is a few miles away from me.
When I was a boy, I used to watch the Sonny and Cher show. I think I must have been
74 years old, by the way, and she's actually listed from being from El Centro, California.
No kidding.
Yeah, I thought she was from Brawley, but here on Wikipedia they have her listed as she's from here in my hometown.
About that.
How
Wow,
about
you
that,
must be
Cher?
very excited.
Not really. I like Cher though. She has a couple songs there. I wouldn't say she's a musical genius by any
Oh,
stretch of the imagination.
is certainly living a fabulous life.
A very fabulous life. I don't know about that Chaz Bono though.
Chaz Bono.
Chaz Bono, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my
It's too bad
goodness!
her ex-husband died. He died such a horrible way.
Look out for that tree!
Yeah, bang.
Boom!
What a way to go.
Headshot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So number 5, I had Shannon Dorothy.
Why do I not know who that is?
That's
I know
from
the name.
Yeah, that's that girl from 90210.
Oh, no kidding. Really? Wow.
Yeah, I think she has like breast cancer.
Oh, man, that's terrible.
Right.
My heart goes out to her.
Me too. I feel terrible for her and for her family. I certainly hope she pulls through. And of course, we all know her from her role as Brenda in the TV show 90210. 49 years old.
The blonde, right?
Nah, brunette.
Brunette, I'm sorry. I never watched the show.
I don't even think
so
I said her last name right, but I think most people know who she is. Right. And now we are at number 4, Mike. Who do you got?
Number 4. Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood, another name that is always very popular, but he is like Keith Richard, he just won't die.
Yeah, and again, I love Clint Eastwood. I really do. I love his movies, his spaghetti western movies. I wasn't too much of a fan of some of his later stuff, but like the war movies he made, I really like Clint. And he was kind of when I was getting into hats, Clint Eastwood was inspiration to me.
You're a hat guy.
Yeah.
So, are you still a hat guy today?
Oh, of course. I'm wearing a hat right now.
Really? I had no idea. For some odd reason, I like wearing jackets now. For some odd reason.
What, is it cold?
Yeah, I've been wearing well, when it is cold out here, which is very rare.
Right.
I bought multiple jackets this year. I didn't even know. I didn't even realize that, Mike. I looked in my closet and I thought, holy shit, why do I have like 5, 6 different jackets and sweaters in my closet for?
Yeah, you were saying that to me the other day when we were on the phone. You're like, I got this new coat. This new
Exactly.
jacket.
I'm like, why do I have so many jackets for? Jesus Christ. So
Yeah.
yes, Mike, number 4, we have Joy Behar.
Joy Behar. Joy Behar. Who's that?
That's
Help me out.
That's the co-host from The View.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hope she does.
Right. So something tells
I hate
me.
her.
Yeah, I was gonna say something tells me you don't really mind that pick, Mike.
Oh my gosh, she's so annoying. She, for a comedian, she's the most hateful comedian I know.
Yeah. So we all know her from The View, and I forgot, and I'm glad you said that because I think many people already forgot that she was a comedian.
Yeah, all she does is talk about hate, 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 hate.
Yeah. So I think most people already forgot she was a comedian. She's 78 years old, and I forgot she was up there in age. I'm thinking 2021 may be the year we lose our beloved Joy Behar. I think one of the last things I recall reading in regards to our friend Joy here was some sort of challenge to Trump to take the coronavirus vaccine on air. I'm not sure if Trump responded to that, though.
Well, he shouldn't respond to anything she says or asks or does because she is a real pain in the ass. I mean, she's such a hateful woman.
I'm not a fan. That's for sure.
No, I'm not either.
Yeah, I don't really care for her much, and of course that brings us to number 3. Who do you got, Mike? Go ahead.
Oh, you're gonna like this one, Nancy Pelosi.
I had a feeling that she was gonna make your list.
Oh wait, again, this is my wish list. Sorry.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi.
Yep.
And why, Mike? Any reason except that you hate her?
Why? First, because I want her to.
You want her to die? Okay.
And secondly, I think she is. I think she's going to have a stroke.
Well, Mike, you might be right because just recently, Nancy Pelosi's home and also Mitch McConnell's home both were vandalized
Oh, that's terrible.
Fake blood and a
Terrible.
severed pig's head were reportedly left outside Democrat Pelosi's California house. Also,
Oh,
there was a graffiti all over the garage there.
oh,
I did like
that's
that though.
terrible.
The severed pig's head.
That's effed up, man.
That was like an
That's
Ozzy.
that's stuff the mafia does.
I was gonna say that's like an Ozzy Osbourne video.
Maybe the Mexican drug cartels have it out for her.
Oh, she'd be hung upside down somewhere if that was the case.
Oh my God, please don't even give me that image. That's
Well,
horrible.
they do that sort of shit out there.
Oh, I know. That's why I've seen some of the things the cartel does, and it is effed up.
I
man.
live close by the border, so I don't really talk about the cartel much here. I know better. I'm straight. I'm not down with any of that shit. I mean,
yeah.
they've killed multiple freelance journalists, as people that just random, or even just random people that write blogs about them on blogspot websites.
Yeah, let's not talk about them anymore.
Yeah, moving on. But yes, my number 3 is actually Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer. Now, I know Chuck Schumer. Who's
Amy Schumer is a hack comedian that I don't like at all.
I can't picture who she is.
Now, I'm not hoping. No, I think she's about 39.
Oh, so this is a wish list for you too.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a wish list. I think, I don't feel too bad about adding her in the list. Some people have, recommended her, and I thought, well, she seems in good health. I don't think she's going to die, but I don't like Amy, so why not add her to the list?
Good.
And there she is, yeah. I don't know how she's a comedian either. She's as much as a comedian as Joy Behar is.
Is she a hateful person?
Yeah.
Another one of them, huh? I wish they would just stick to their talent of being funny, and just do their thing. Instead, they gotta get involved in all these other aspects of life.
That's
just
right.
Shut up and do your job, like the football players or the basketball players. I don't want to hear your politics. Just go out there and throw balls at each other.
I think that's where everyone
Catch
is.
balls.
Yeah, catch some balls. I think that's where everyone is at right now, politically. I mean, I don't think anybody really gives a shit what you think right now at this point.
Well, not especially if you're in politics or even show business or something.
Yeah, no one cares.
No one cares. I'm not going to get up on stage. Like if I were doing a show, I wouldn't get up on stage and say, "Hey, everybody, for Trump, yeah, let's hear it." No.
I don't. Yeah, for sure. If it's like a sport or a movie, award show, any of that, I don't give a shit if you are a Republican or a Democrat. I don't give a fuck, man, to be honest.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. For sure. I'm with you on that one. I think that's where a lot of people are currently right now in America.
It's different for a show like this because,
Oh, we got to talk about that, yeah.
We're talking about it, right. So even though I'm a performer, performer, artist, photographer, whatever you want to call me, I don't, when it comes to my trade, I don't incorporate politics into my trade.
Yeah, well, they're not there to listen to you talk about politics when you're playing, music or any of that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
That's right. And number 2, who do you got, Mike?
Number 2, Queen Elizabeth.
Really?
She's like this. Her son can't even become king because she just will not die. She's lived through 2 world wars.
She just won't die. She's refusing to die.
She won't. And, bless her. She is in good health. She's just like never going to die. She's going to live to 110.
She's 94.
94.
Wow.
But it's time.
Enough is enough. It's someone has to step up. Yeah, someone has to step up and cough on her. That was one of the most tasteless things I said tonight.
Poor Elizabeth.
Poor Elizabeth, yes. Aren't they all interbred?
So I've heard. I mean, there's a lot of people that have said that they try to keep it in the family.
Oh my God.
Who knows?
She's a product of incest.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a fact that centuries ago, they and not just the English, but other monarchies would, brothers and sisters would have babies or uncles and cousins, whatever. That's what they did in order to keep the family name, the monarchy. But I don't know about Queen Elizabeth.
Right. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Right, Mike? Number 2, Bill O'Reilly.
Wow, really?
Amazing. Right, he's my number 2.
Wow.
He's been on my
I wouldn't.
right. He's been on my list
I wouldn't
before,
even
Mike.
think that.
Yeah, he's been on my list before. He's 71 years old. I think he's I think he's probably a lot happier now that he's been away from Fox News. But he's still 71 years old, and I'm not quite sure what his health is. I don't hate the guy. He has provided us gold over the years. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the guy did do this.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
That was Bill O'Reilly.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
There he goes.
I gotta say something about him. Every once in a while, when I was listening to Sean Hannity, which I've really sort of kind of stopped doing because I'm really bored by the show, but he would have Bill O'Reilly on every once in a while. And one thing I've noticed about Bill O'Reilly is that he loves to hear himself talk.
Oh, he does. You know it.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
Oh, I know. A lot of these guys, they are doing more talking than they are listening. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, O'Reilly's smart. I give him credit. I really do. And that's fine. But when I've heard Hannity interview him, like Hannity can't even get a word in edgewise sometimes.
That's right. That's how a lot of these guys act.
Yeah, it's true. They love to hear themselves talk.
That's right. And it doesn't even have to be that way.
You know who used to do that really annoyed me? Michael Savage.
Yeah, he does do that.
Oh my God, he's so into himself.
Right. A lot of these guys are. And of course, Bill O'Reilly, I think, in my opinion, will be going out in 2021. I think COVID will take him out, Mike. I think he's going to be doing a lot of this. There he is, dying of COVID. There he goes. Yeah,
there he goes.
There he goes. Yeah, Bill O'Reilly. Number 2. And number 1. Who do you got as your number 1 spot, Mike?
Do we have a drum roll?
You know what? I don't think we have a drum roll, but I could probably find one. So don't do it yet. Hold on.
Okay, sure. I mean, I'm busting your chops.
No, hold on. No, we need a drum roll. No, that's right. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Yes, drum roll, please. Here we go. If it plays. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Mike, hold on. Here we go. Number 1. Who can it be? Here we go. Mike.
My number 1 pick for the Celebrity Death Pool is the one, the only, Mr. Not My President, Joe Biden.
Oh my God, Joe Biden.
You think?
It's pretty good. Not bad.
I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that he's pushing it, man.
Well, he is up there in age.
He's up there in age, and his health. There's no way you can change my mind to tell me that he is healthy. I sincerely believe that something is wrong, and I think he's going to have a stroke with Pelosi. They're probably going to be making out together, and they're both going to have a stroke.
Oh my God. Number 1.
That's good. You should hang on to that. That's a good one.
I'm going to hang on to that one. Yes, that was very nice. Very sexy. People will bang to that one later.
And sex.
They will bang like animals, no doubt. And of course, my number 1, Mike.
Yes.
Are you ready for this one?
Drum roll.
Oh my God, here we go.
And now.
Oh yeah, number 1. Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, I had him on my list. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I
That's
say
right.
it?
I had to be quiet.
Did I say Rush Limbaugh? I
Yes,
did,
you
right?
did. Yes, I had to undersell that one. Yes.
Okay, I had him. Yeah, that's right. I had him with Liza Minnelli.
He's
Right.
69 years old, Mike, dealing with lung cancer, but
And yes, level 4 cancer.
but there's a but here, Mike. There's a but. He's no longer feeling like he will go out anytime soon. That's what he said. But sometimes you can feel good, but that cancer comes back to bite you in the ass.
Right. Especially if it's not responding to the chemotherapy.
That's right. So I think the man could go out. I know he's feeling fine now, but that doesn't mean he's clear for 2021. Does not make him. Yes, it does not put him in the clear. And
you like him? Do you like Limbaugh?
I don't hate the guy. I respect him as a broadcaster, but he's not someone that I will be listening to anytime soon.
Kind of paved the way.
Yeah,
a lot of conservative talk shows.
He started lots of that, so in that sense, I do respect that about him. I'm not gonna hate on him for that. I just don't exactly agree with everything he says, but Mike, I don't agree with anything anyone says.
Right, and I'm with you on that. With Limbaugh, because especially with a lot of conservative talk show people, they always seem to add religion into it, and that's really where I draw the line.
And that's an issue.
And the whole thing with abortion, like I'm not a conservative, I'm not a Republican, but at the same time, I kind of find myself siding with a lot of the views of the Republican Party, and maybe even the Conservative Party. But I'm totally for abortion. I'm totally not for having God in politics, and that's where some of these talk show hosts don't draw the line.
Right. I'm with you on that one. And of course, Mike, we have to do some notable mentions here, notable names that didn't make the list. We did have Bill Clinton also on my mind, but he did not make the top 10 list. But I do think it's almost that time that he checks out. I think his 11s are up in the back of his neck. That means he is done. And if anyone gets that movie reference that I just made right there, I will give you $200. You will not understand where that reference came from. Guaranteed. What was that?
Say it again.
I said his 11s are up.
His 11s are up.
Right.
Is that from Spinal Tap?
Nope.
Okay.
It's from a comedy movie, but Spinal Tap is a classic. Lilith in the chat room says Clyde Lewis. Clyde Lewis is a broadcaster, a very overweight broadcaster, like many broadcasters are in the business, but he's had lots of issues with, I think, his heart. I think he's had some heart issues.
If he's heavy.
Yeah, he's definitely a cardiomyopathy victim, no doubt. But we like Clyde here. I don't want to see him go out, but he is on, I'm sure he made Lilith's list there. Maybe. But yes. Clyde Lewis.
What about former President Ford?
He's pretty old too, right?
Yeah, he's got to be.
He's pretty old, yeah.
He took over when Carter, back in the 70s, when
Jesus.
Carter. Wait, not Carter. I'm sorry, my mistake. He took over when Nixon.
Nixon, yeah, I was gonna say not Carter.
Yeah, when Nixon was impeached.
Either way, he's pretty goddamn old, so he might be going out.
And Jimmy Carter as well.
Didn't
Carter. Jimmy Carter have like a brain tumor?
I believe you're right. He had some weird surgery a couple years back, right?
All I know is that he had a brain tumor, and I'm surprised I didn't think of that.
Yes, in August 2015, I think. I think he had something going on with his liver and his brain.
He had a liver in his brain?
No, it spread. The melanoma
on his liver.
Yeah, he was had that shit going on with him. Poor guy. And of course, I also had Kevin Spacey.
Ooh. Now, why would you say him? I mean, he's young, he's healthy.
Ford is dead, by the way.
Sexy.
President Ford is already dead. That's what the chat is saying.
Well, then that probably won't work then.
Yes, you won the game.
But why Spacey?
Kevin Spacey? Oh, well, I think he's still probably dealing with lots of bullshit from people.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, the whole accusation of pedophilia.
Yeah, so, he's still dealing with the sexual assault that he did commit a couple years ago, if you remember.
So he was definitely accused of that. I mean, that was definite.
I believe so. I mean, the guy was groping some guy when he was about 59. A guy, I think it happened back in 2016. I'm not quite sure how the story went, but I think it was at some restaurant. And I think it was, I don't know if he was underage, but apparently he was groping someone, a teenage guy.
And where better to do it than in a restaurant?
Exactly.
With another guy.
I think there was definitely some witnesses there. So
what a shame. I loved him so much in the movie Seven.
He's a weird guy, by the way, in that Kevin Spacey.
He is definitely a weird guy,
He's a
no
weirdo.
doubt. But I guess that's what makes him a good actor.
And of course, I did have Bill Cosby on that list.
Oh, I forgot about him too.
Yeah. Or as I like to refer to him as Pill Cosby. That's right.
Oh, Lord. Even my bird is laughing.
Even
at
the
me.
bird like that.
Yeah, he's sitting right next to me.
Right. And of course, one more name here for conversation's sake. I did have Pete Davidson. He's another comedian on that list, but you would have never known he was a comedian. He's never made me laugh once. You can see him on Saturday Night Live there. I think he's still doing the show. He's had a pretty strange couple years. I could see him falling into some sort of weird depression and going down, like most
What's
actors
his name
do.
again?
Pete Davidson, a young guy.
Oh, okay. He's
a real young
younger
dude.
guy. Gotcha.
For sure. I just think it might be his time. And that's about it. I think that's the only other notable name we have here on the list, Mike, and that was Celebrity Death Pool 2021.
Interesting. I had fun.
That was awesome, right?
That was pretty neat. Yeah.
A
I
good
enjoyed
time.
that.
A very good time.
And we should probably say that this was all in fun. We jest. We don't want anyone to die.
I certainly don't.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want anyone to die for sure, but though if they are going to die, those are the names though that I feel will go out. So for sure.
If they are going to die,
yeah,
let them die in that order.
In any event, that was the list.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So Mike, my goodness, time has flown by yet again, and it is almost 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Mike, we are here to close the show. And Mike, is there anything you'd like to add that you feel that we perhaps should have talked about here? Go ahead.
No.
Got it all in there?
I mean, there's no topics. Everything, I was completely prepared for Celebrity Death Pool. That was all I focused on.
You did your homework.
Yep. The only other thing I mentioned to you prior to us going on the air was this whole thing with the possibility of a martial law coming into effect as a result of so-called treason from the election.
I just don't see it happening, Mike. I think it's all water under the bridge at this point.
And I agree with you. I'm just I was just blown away when I saw the article. I saw it on Yahoo when I went to go get my mail yesterday, and I was really taken back by it. And that's why I immediately sent it to you. I wanted to get your background on it. But yeah, that kind of blew me away.
Yeah. Well, that talk has been going on for several months now. But again, it's just talk.
It is just talk. But ultimately, isn't that the president's call, martial law?
Yeah, but is he really going to do that?
A good question.
I don't know. I don't.
Anything is possible.
It is possible, but is it going to happen? Probability says no. Would I like it to happen? Sure, because I love the drama. I love the mess. I love criminals and I love crime. Sorry.
I
if
know
that offends anybody out there, but yes, that's the truth.
I want to say it was General, not McKinley. Was it General something with an M?
MacArthur?
No. But it was one of these generals, and he was the one who's saying that this act of fraud through the election was an act of treason.
Yeah,
Not
they
only,
say
not
that.
only. Say again.
I say they say that, but again, I don't. It's just
Well,
hard to see it coming together for those that want this sort of thing to go down. It's hard to imagine. And by the way, Mike, before we close out, we do have one more caller. Caller, you are live on the air. How are you?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good
Good
evening,
evening.
sir.
Why did we not review 2020's hits and misses? I don't know who died and who didn't die in 2020. I can't remember that far back.
Fuck them. Who cares?
Who wants to?
Yeah, who cares?
Did any of those
Worst year
motherfuckers
ever.
die that you predicted would die from 2020? I just want to know.
Well, I think there's a few people that have died on the show that I've interviewed.
Really?
Yeah, but that's another story. But there's been about 3 deaths here. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna throw my celebrity 2021 in the hat here, and I don't feel good about this. But
Go
I just
ahead,
had a
brother.
premonition.
Yes, go for it.
I think Kid Rock. I think because you know why? I googled Republican celebrities, and I thought, and I looked through the list, about 27 of them,
Right.
and I thought Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
Something's gonna happen. He's gonna run out of his leftover crack. He's gonna go on a bender. And Kid Rock. Anyway, that's my call.
He's gonna take himself out because of the Hep C from Pamela.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Exactly.
It was funny because he was actually fighting with Tommy Lee as well. That was cool.
Was he?
Yeah. I think they got in a fight actually at
Not
an award
recently,
show.
was
Yeah,
it?
years ago they got into it.
Oh, okay.
I was like, that's pretty wild, man.
And Clint Eastwood, you did pick Clint Eastwood.
Clint
He is
Eastwood.
also he's a Republican celebrity, so yeah, I'm gonna have to. I did meet Clint Eastwood, true story, at an AM/PM gas station in Pismo Beach last year. I lived like a mile from there. I go up there, get my gas. I'm getting my gas. I look over. I see this guy from a side view putting gas in his BMW. I'm going, fuck, that looks like Clint Eastwood. I said, why would he be pumping his own gas, though? It doesn't make any sense. So I walked around, kind of acting incognito, like I was doing something else. And it was fucking Clint Eastwood. I took pictures on the fly.
Wow.
I phone off. I posted them on Twitter and shit.
It's pretty
But
wild.
yeah, Clint, man, he had some hot woman in the car with him. I think he's married to some lady like 30 years his junior.
Jesus.
Really?
Yeah, he's still banging it out there in Monterey.
God damn. Good for
Yeah,
him
good for
then.
him.
Yeah,
Good for him.
He's a blue pill kind of guy.
Yeah.
Blue Chew. You're gonna have to get a Blue Chew
You guys,
sponsorship
great
here.
great show, awesome. And I just want to tell you that Bigfoot does live, and if you ever want to do a show on Bigfoot, I could tell you stories that you will probably never recover from.
Bigfoot
Get this guy's number.
Bigfoot as in like Bigfoot from the Howard Stern show or Bigfoot from,
No,
the Discovery
real
Channel.
Bigfoot, the real one, yeah, but not the fake Bigfoot, but the real one.
Sasquatch.
I was hoping
Yeah,
you'd
that's
bring in
right.
I was hoping you'd bring in a Bigfoot from the Howard Stern show, but that's fine too.
I didn't even know there was a Bigfoot on the Howard Stern.
Neither did I.
Yeah, there's a whackpacker, by the way, Bigfoot, a legend in the radio world, in the Howard Stern universe, no doubt. But yes, sure, maybe we can entertain stories of Bigfoot, I guess. Sure.
Yeah, I got a boatload, and actually I've got a story that happened to me May this year in Happy Jack, Arizona, which is, I don't know if you know where that is. It's above, it's about 7,700 feet up there, about 2 hours up the mountain from Sedona.
Oh my God.
Yeah, me and some buddies were camping up there, and we had an experience with the Bigfoot, and I've only told the 2 people the story, so I'll save the story in case you decide to have me on your show.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, that'd be fun. I have your number now.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, I got your phone number here. I will definitely give you a call and get your information, and we'll bring you on the show.
Sweet.
You got it, brother. Happy Halloween.
Yes, and happy January 20th.
You got it. Happy Kwanzaa.
Okay, good night, guys.
Muscle tough.
Another fake holiday.
Oy vey. And there he goes. We will be talking Bigfoot, I guess, on a later date. That's going to be fun.
Maybe you'll bring us some beef jerky.
Yeah. Be a present. So, Mike, go ahead and plug anything you like before we cut ties here with you.
Right on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested, I no longer have a website called Horrible Artwork. I have changed it. All the horrible artwork is now available on MikeHideous.com. MYKE, hideous.com. I have about 100 new, well, not new, but I have about 100 items to choose from for both men, women, and home accessories. Includes all kinds of horror images and Empire Hideous stuff and Spy Society stuff. Some of my original drawings and designs. T-shirts, dresses, leggings, all kinds of neat stuff that I've had. Pillows, throw blankets, bed sheets, towels, all with cool designs on them. Please go to MikeHideous.com, MYKE hideous.com. And lastly, I also have a new website for my art and photography. It's called SpyManPhotoandArt.com.
Nice. Very good. Once again, thank you so much for being a part of the program, Mike. It's been a top talent show yet again, and a true honor and pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Michael. I had a great time with Celebrity Death Pool. I was going to say Death Match.
Death Match. Celebrity Death Match, yes. In a sense it was, but Mike, it was fun, and I will talk to you again on the other side.
Okay, thank you everyone for listening. Thank you, Michael, and catch you on the flip side.
Talk to you soon, brother. Good night. And there he goes, boys and girls. That was the one and only Mike Hideous, and you know the drill. Here we go.
I go, God rules. When I walk on White House grounds, God walks on White House grounds.
Oh my.
I had every right and authority to declare the White House as holy ground because I was standing there, and where I stand is holy.
To say no to President Trump would be saying no to God. And I won't do that.
We are in a spiritual war right now. Let every demonic network that has aligned itself against the purpose, against the calling of President Trump, let it be broken. Let it be torn down in the name of Jesus.
You want me to tell you what my thoughts are? The thoughts of the King of Kings, the thoughts of the Lord of Lords. I'm downloading heaven.
Hey, I know that language.
I kind of know I'm a little bit cute, all right?
I am.
No, Johnny Golt, whatever the fuck your name is, you really need to stop playing this clip. No, you need to really stop listening to this fucking show.
Paula, who is pretty. Well, maybe I'm not going to be pretty when I'm 90 years old. Here's this former messed up Mississippi girl. Lived in a trailer that they called trailer trash. Daddy committed suicide. Got pregnant out of wedlock. Been married. Been divorced. Not just once. Twice.
People go, well, how'd you become the spiritual advisor of the president? We'll get to that later. It's all in there. Michael Jackson, Kid Rock, the president. It's all in there, all right?
Thank you, Paula. What a great job you do. The evangelicals. I hear we're more popular than ever with the evangelicals.
More popular than the Beatles. Once again, don't forget, if you are a fan of this program and want to help fund this incredible program, this very unique show, you can go to patreon.com/Michael Decon, and that is where you'll find bonus material. Or by going to michaeldecon.com, right-hand side, and hitting that donation button via PayPal. Love PayPal. Get the ball rolling there. Hopefully you help us out and make 2021 a rememberable year for myself and for the other listeners out there. Once again, I do want to thank all of you out there who donated already. I really do appreciate those out there who already signed up to the Patreon series. It's been quite fun. And international listeners out there, thank you so much for your support too. I always see all of you out there and I get your messages. You smarten me up when I needed. Really appreciate that. And, I must say it's been quite overwhelming having all these emails and messages come in with your very flattering compliments that you've made throughout the year. It's been pretty overwhelming. It's been a very different experience, especially with the whole signing autograph thing. That's a weird and different sort of experience that hopefully some of you will experience maybe something like that. Maybe in the future, who knows? Rather strange shit though. Once again, I do want to thank all of you out there for hanging out with me tonight. We will do it again. And with that said, the world is a mysterious place, and life itself is a mystery. Until next time, mahalo.
Put your hand on that television set.
Yes, Lord.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Lord Jesus. He received your healing.
Yes.
Now. Say it, I take it.
I take it.
I have it.
I have it.
It's mine.
It's mine.
I thank you and praise you for it.
Yes, Lord.
And I forgive if I have aught against any.
I forgive.
And I praise you that I'm well and whole.
I praise you that I'm well and whole.
Yes. According to the Word of God.
According to the Word of God.
I'm healed.
Yes.
And I consider not my own body.
Yes. Consider not my own body.
I consider not symptoms in my body.
I consider not symptoms in my body.
But only that which God has promised.
Only that which God has.
Only that what the Word has said.
Only that what the Word.
And by His stripes I was healed. And by His stripes I am healed now. I'm not the sick trying to get healed. I'm the healed and the devil's trying to give me the flu.
That's right.
Or whatever else kind of thing he's trying.
Yeah.
Healed and well.
Yes.
In the sweet name of Jesus.
Glory to God.